For your lab this week, you'll be using a piece of ProWare that you haven't seen before, and that is a colorimeter. You'll get your box that looks like this. Open up your box, and inside you'll find the colorimeter, and you'll find the cuvettes that go along with it. So you'll need to take both of them out of the box. To connect your colorimeter to your iPad, you'll first need to turn it on, and the power button is in the back. You just press it, and it'll blink red first, and then the wireless Bluetooth will start blinking as well, and that's how you know that it's on. Next, you'll need to open the SparkView app. To use your colorimeter, you're going to click on Sensor Data, and then click the Bluetooth on the side in the left, and your colorimeter should come up. Make sure that the numbers on the colorimeter that you choose match the numbers on the colorimeter that's in front of you. To connect your wireless Pasco probe here, you'll need to match the number on the screen of SparkView to the number that's on your colorimeter here. So click to connect. And then you'll need to choose the correct measurement. Because our solutions are blue, we are going to use red absorbance. So unclick orange and click on red. Then you'll need to click on digits. To use your colorimeter, you'll first need to unwrap your cuvettes and open them up. Some of them might be stuck to the top, it's fine. Before you start measuring the absorbance of your solutions, you're going to want to calibrate the colorimeter. And we will calibrate with distilled water. So get distilled water from your lab bench, open up a cuvette, fill it up with distilled water, maybe about, not all the way up to the top, just a little bit below it. Put the cap back on. And then we're going to stick it inside of the colorimeter. So you open up the lid like that. There are two sides to the cuvette. There's this wavy side that feels textured, and then there is the kind of clear side. So you want to hold it by the wavy sides, the textured sides, but you're going to want to put it in so that this light bulb here and the colors on the side over here line up with the clear side so that light can go directly through and be unencumbered by the textured side. So you put that in, I'll press it down, and then you close the lid. Once you have your distilled water in the colorimeter, you'll want to calibrate. In order to do that, in the lower left-hand corner it says red 650 absorbance. Click on that, and then you'll say Calibrate Sensor. It'll select a wireless colorimeter for you, and the measurement will be selected, and then you've inserted it, and all you do is press Calibrate. And then you'll get a green arrow and you'll click Done. After you've calibrated, you can take it out. You can leave the distilled water in it for the next group. Put it down. And then you're going to want to fill a clean, dry cuvette with your solution. So you open it up. Here I have some solution that's blue, and I'll pour it in, being careful not to overfill it. That's plenty. Then I will close my lid, put it in, take the absorbance. Once you have your sample in there, you'll just press Start, and an absorbance will come onto your screen. The numbers may move around a little bit. They should steady out at one number. Click Stop, and this is the number you will record. When you're finished taking the absorbance of this cuvette, you'll take it out, open it up. You may want to keep this liquid. If you're doing it from test tubes, you can pour that back. Get a waste beaker, rinse it out with some distilled water. Then get a piece of paper towel, make it thin enough that it can fit inside of your cuvette. Dry it off. This way you're not diluting your sample if you put more sample in there. So dry it off, and then put the cap back on, and then it's ready to be used again. When you're finished with your colorimeter, please make sure you turn it off and put everything back in the box. So a colorimeter measures how much light can pass through a sample. And the amount of light that can pass through a sample is proportional to the concentration of the sample. So here I have a simulation of how the colorimeter works. And I've got the cuvette here in the middle. Jen can make different sizes, so make it 1 centimeter. We've got a light that passes through. This is what happens when you turn the colorimeter on. Light shines through the sample. I can change the wavelength here. So we have chosen to do red. So I'll put it on 651, which is close to what we would do. And I'm going to use copper sulfate as our solution because that's similar to our copper chloride that we're using in the lab, and it's a blue color. So you can see here that the concentration is 0 down at the bottom, which means that all of the red light should be able to pass through. As I increase the concentration, you can see up in the right-hand corner where the absorbance is being taken by this piece of glass, that the absorbance is increasing. So as I increase the concentration, less and less light is able to pass through the solution. And you can see that on the other side. On the left side of my sample here, the light is quite red, and on the other side, the light is getting dimmer. And that's because some of the red is being absorbed by the solution color. So if you increase the concentration, the amount of light that is absorbed by your solution increases. And that's what's being measured here.